Hi, welcome to my update for my autodidactic podcast. So this week I've been doing a study plan schedule and trying to determine what it is I want to learn, how I'm going to learn it, where I'm going to get the resources, and have a to-do list and create a study plan. So I'm using LibreOffice for this, and here the first thing I wanted to remember was family phone numbers and things, and then I wanted to learn as much as in the UK high school curriculum to refresh my memory and learn new things. I here gone to the government website where I've looked at the national curriculum, and I'm pulling out the subjects and then the subtopics related to that. So for science, biology, chemistry, physics, etc., where they're listed in the curriculum for the national GCSE testing. So I systematically went through all of this, pulled out all of the subjects, I pulled out all of the subtopics, and put them in my spreadsheet about what it is I want to learn. Some of the things that weren't in the curriculum, such as memorization for phone numbers, birthdays, and car registrations, etc., I've listed that as well. And in this, I've already been fairly brutal in that I have removed anything that I think I already know. So things related to computing, which is my career, I didn't bother with that. So I just put in things that I would have forgotten, or which has new information or updated information that I should learn. And then here in the curriculum they have the PDFs, which are saying the skills and frameworks and knowledge that you should have, and I'm putting that in, just filling all of this out. During this week I've actually continued on for this, but this is what I did as related to the first week's episode on the autodidactic podcast, which is the planning portion. So here I've basically got all of the information related to what it is I want to learn, and now I'm doing a color coding for, do I think I know this? And here I'm using what we call in project management a RAG status, so red, amber, green. It's sort of like a traffic light. And then I'm marking down whether I know it, whether I kind of know it, or whether I don't know it at all. And then here I put another column in, which is the things I want to know. So I know it, but I might want to know it better. So I'm marking those same RAG status, where green, I really want to know it. Yeah, amber, yeah, okay. Or red, no, actually, red is the things I really want to know, and green is the things that are sort of meh. So here I'm labeling this. And then the third column is sort of a combination of those, of what I don't know and how much I want to know it, and then therefore what I should prioritize. So red, must learn; green, should. Now here I'm using the method. How am I going to learn this? So for the memorization, it's mnemonics. I'm going to read for Shakespeare. I'm going to find a textbook for most of the other stuff. Some things I'll have YouTube. For time allocation, and it's discussed in the podcast, you can do this different ways. I decided to do it here as a percentage. So things I really want to learn, I'll spend 50% of my time on that. Amber things, 35%. And then things that I more or less already know, or I'm not really that interested in, green is 15%. And because I've got between 90 and 180 hours in this period, I'm basically divvying up this time into the number of hours that are associated with this, and then I've allocated my time to each of these. Now here's my to-do list, and I'm basically taking the information that I need to find and I'm pasting it in here as actions. Find books or textbooks related to these subjects. find Project Gutenberg files, etc. So that is what I did. I have more coming next week to show you how I studied, what I studied, how I downloaded it, where I got the resources, etc. So in this week's podcast, we're going to talk about getting resources for your study materials, which we covered in season 1, but I'm going to cover it again, specifically related to how I gathered materials for what I wanted to learn here. So I hope you join me on the podcast, and each week I'll review the previous week as a video. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel.